Let's watch N.O.R.E apologizing for the kind comments on the Drink Champs podcast on The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ, MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the
and ask for a shirt.
Here, let's just start right here.
Yeah, I know. Keep my skills sharp.
Well, we appreciate you for checking in.
N.O.R.E said he wanted to call in. What's the word, N.O.R.E? Talk to us.
I just want to be honest. I support freedom of speech. I support anybody, not being censored, but I do not support anybody being hurt. I did not realize that the George Floyd statements on my show was so hurtful. And you got to realize it was the first 5 minutes of the show. Like when he walked in, he told my producer, he said that if he'll stop filming, that he'll walk out. So I didn't want a Birdman moment. I didn't want a Birdman moment with Shaw, where Birdman walked out. So I wanted the man to speak. But later on, I actually checked him about the George Floyd's comments. I actually checked him about the White Lives Matter. But it was so later in the episode, and it was so I was already inebriated at that time that maybe people looked over it. Mm-hmm. But I apologize to the George Floyd family. I apologize to anybody that was hurt by Kanye West comments, although I do support.
Wait, what the fuck? What about the Jewish stuff? I love that. Listen, we're in our look. Black radio hosts and black podcasters are on their Joe Rogan arc, okay? You love to see it. This is just how it's going to happen in every industry, okay? They're on their Joe Rogan, I'm a free speech defender actually arc, okay? Which is surprising because, half the fucking shit that the Joe Rogan adjacent podcasts, and I mean all fucking white male dominated podcasts, half the time when they're talking about fucking black issues, they're really talking about black people disposable. You know what I mean? It's kind of ironic Charlamagne is having this conversation with N.O.R.E because Charlamagne himself has been on that shit too for a while. You feel me? That is it's two guys that have arguably been doing this for a while, talking to each other about it. I guess it's just it's ironic you're correcting black people's opinions. Yeah, I know. You fucking got me good, dude. You're right. Yeah. The only time I agree with black people is when they're one of the good ones saying the things I agree, George Floyd's death was actually fake and staged. Yeah, you really got it, dude. You really nailed it. You certainly were not, you certainly were not using a black person like Kanye West, who's clearly going through a mental health episode, as your strongest soldier there because he happens to agree with your white supremacist dumbass. Thank you. Epically owned.
Free speech. I am black, and I'm with Tamika Mallory. I'm with Until Freedom. I'm with my son. That's who I am. In fact, I called my son and asked for a shirt because that's what I wanted to have on when Kanye said he was coming through here. He's correcting Charlamagne and N.O.R.E, not all black people Christ.
Yeah. Also, what is the statement there? The statement is so insidious. What do you think? All black people think Jews control the media? Do you think all black people think that the George Floyd murder was staged by the Jewish controlled media? Do you think BLM is a Chinese conspiracy? I don't think. It's not even black people. I don't think anyone really thinks that. You have to be insane to think that.
Actually posted it and then saw that this was the wrong edit, took it down, and then it got reposted again with those same comments that was there. So it was a mistake on our behalf, on our team behalf. Because we don't edit nothing. I think MV done Drink Champs, Charlamagne has done Drink Champs, and we literally don't edit nothing. But we will start from here on out because we understand that there's people that's hurt out there.
Yeah, I think it's not a freedom of speech thing, nor it's more like a misinformation.
It's not a misinformation. It's a
well,
lie.
it's
That was
not
a lie.
true.
What he said about
true.
George Floyd was a lie. What Kanye West said about George Floyd dying of fentanyl and not the physical impact of the officer Derek Chauvin was just a bold-faced lie.
Yeah, Charlemagne is correct. It is just straight up demonstrable, proven in court. It's a lie. Okay, just straight up lie.
And by the way, guys, I'm not. This is not think champs. This is drink champs. You know what I'm saying? This is not political champs.
Oh damn, dude. Oh, never mind. Okay, I guess that's all right then. I didn't mean to clap for anti-Semitism. It was just the wrong edit. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's
drink
cool.
champs. So we purposely don't bring up politics. We purposely don't bring up religion because of this. And I just, I disagreed with Kanye. I felt like I should have said something a lot earlier. I didn't.
He was just way more focused on dick riding. Okay, that's what it was. Everybody knows it. They did this one time already. This is the second time. This is their second time doing it. The only problem is that this time Kanye was even more fucking unhinged. Okay, you were so hungry for the views, you openly fucking celebrated that more people watched this than the fucking, than Sunday football. Okay. And it was the Super Bowl for anti-Semitism and also anti-black behavior. It was crazy.
Because I didn't want him to walk out. I didn't want to have a Birdman moment.
So N.O.R.E, people would say that, we're talking to N.O.R.E from Drink Champs, of course, who just released the interview with Kanye. People would say, well, why do the interview at all? Especially with all the hate speech that he's been spewing the last couple of days. And, he's been...
You had Fox News, you had Tucker Carlson edit out all his anti-Semitic comments. You saw the shop say that they wasn't going to put out...
Yeah, you know what? That's even crazier. Like N.O.R.E is on... N.O.R.E literally did something that Tucker Carlson was like, man, that's too fucked up, actually. Because Tucker Carlson understands in order to utilize Kanye West as an effective speaker for the conservative movement, there are lines you can't cross. And those lines are the anti-Semitic lines, right? Those lines, you can say anti-black shit all day, every day, okay? But anti-Semitism is a pretty fucking profound indicator that, like, you're totally on, like, the last rung of white supremacy, okay? You started looking at white people and you're like, that's not right, okay? You have gone way, way, way too deep into white supremacist values at that point. You're on the last stage of it.
Out the hate speech. We saw all of the things Kanye was texting and tweeting and everything else. Why even do the interview at all?
Why even, do the interview?
That's a great question. And the thing is, that's like people talking about Charlemagne. People talk about Charlemagne and say Charlemagne is an asshole or Charlemagne is a dick. But then Charlemagne...
What? No, Charlemagne is an asshole and he's a dick. These are... Bro, I don't understand this. I don't understand this conversation at all. Like, here's the thing. Here's what I don't understand. And people are going to get mad at me. You might clip this out in a way to fucking make it seem weird. But, like, look, as far as I understand, okay, if you're black living in America, specifically, if you're a black man living in the United States of America, you understand that, like, for example, the N-word is not just a word that's hurtful, okay? There is a lot of historical precedent associated with that, okay? That's where that comes from. So it's like your own personal experiences help you develop a way different perspective than privileged white people, okay? How the fuck does that not extend in this situation where, like, your own personal motivation of, like, getting as many views as possible from Kanye West is making you forget that it's not just like, oh man, it's not just mean words. Like, you can't compare doing white supremacist agitated propaganda, making rumors up and spreading complete falsehoods about this state-sanctioned murder of George Floyd. Okay, and try to link that back to just meanie bobini words about Charlemagne the God. That's crazy.
Charlamagne doesn't show that to me. So I gotta treat Charlamagne how Charlamagne treats me. If Charlamagne treats me like a gentleman, then I'm gonna think Charlamagne is a gentleman. I don't understand Charlamagne rhetoric when he's not around me. You understand what I'm saying? And that's pretty clearly what it was. I did not think. And other than the George Floyd comment, I thought I conducted a very great interview. You know what I'm saying?
What? Bro, he talked about Jewish media like a million times, dude. What the fuck? That's crazy. They would literally be like singing about Balenciaga or some shit, and then he would switch it up like that and be like, but the Jewish media. It was crazy. It was fucking crazy. It was so insane. Kanye West would be talking about like something completely unrelated and immediately tie it back to Jewish media.
I thought that he laughed, he smiled, he drank, he smoked. You know, this was 8 o'clock in the morning interview.
Don't say that though, because he still said a lot of anti-Semitic rhetoric in the interview as well. You know what I mean?
Yes, and if you look, by the way, I had 4 Jewish people there. Steve Rifkin was in the room. Steve Rifkin, who signed Wu-Tang Clan, was in the room. My friend Eric, who is Jewish, is in the room. My friend Diego, who is Jewish, was in the room. And I looked at them to tell them, like, yo, tell me whenever he's going across the line. And they're looking and they're saying, okay, we understand where he's coming from. But
what?
None of it. I don't.
Bro, he's throwing them under the bus. There is no fucking way. First of all, it doesn't even matter if like 1 or 2 Jewish people are like, I'm comfortable with this, okay? Like, that doesn't even fucking matter. I love that he did the I have a Jewish friend defense. It's so funny. These are all defenses that white people love using against black people when they are demonstrating anti-black behavior. Wild to me that he's not recognizing this, okay? But he's doing the I have a Jewish friend defense, except like, I don't even believe that the Jewish people in that room were probably comfortable with that, man. That's fucking nuts. No shot. I don't even believe that.
I don't support the George Floyd comments. I don't support the anti-Semitic. That's all I have is Jewish friends. All I have is black friends. That's it. So,
N.O.R.E, I was going to ask you, when it comes to these George Floyd comments, we see the family may be suing. Is that going to include you in this lawsuit? Did you hear about that?
I definitely heard about it, and this is the reason.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Now I'm understanding why he is trying so desperately to apologize for this thing. Got it. Okay. Oh, no. Oh, no. The George Floyd family is thinking about potentially getting litigious. Oh, no. I'm so sorry about that. Oh, dear. Man, money really does change motherfuckers. Like, I mean, I don't know about N.O.R.E from before he made money, but like, really, the after a certain point, the only color that matters is green. Straight up. It's that much is obvious. Absolutely.
The reason why I'm stepping up is because.
Why don't you believe that when black people in the room are comfortable with the George Floyd stuff, you're being obtuse? What? Come on. Stop trying to troll. This is serious. Jesus Christ, 21 months.
It's not even about suing or the money. It's about the hurtful thing, man. You know what I mean? I was locked down. I was supporting the George Floyd movement. I saw that video too. You know what I mean? Like I seen that cop's knee on his neck. I seen him calling out for whoever. So I'm embarrassed.
You don't seem to understand that black people aren't overall political. Wait, what? Bro, white supremacy is politics. What the fuck do you mean? Whether you personally think you're political or not as a black person, you're in politics from the day you're fucking born. The district that you live in is a political designation. The underfunded schools that you have to go to are a matter of politics. Okay, the fact that you experience white supremacy both personally when someone calls you the N-word or walks to the other side of the fucking street or locks their doors when you're walking down the fucking street, that's politics. White supremacy is political, and white supremacy is a permanent fixture of America's societal development, okay? It is in the bones of being American. So if you're a black person, your existence is political across the board. The only people that actually do have the privilege to not like think about politics or say, why are you making everything political, are oftentimes not black people, but usually people that think that they're white and that's it. You know what I mean?
Of myself, you know what I'm saying? Because I've done, my bad, I've done these interviews before where I come back and I redeem myself. And then on this one, I waited too long. I waited too long to actually address him. I spoke to Kanye yesterday morning. I told him I'm going to do this, but I'm also going to, you know, refute these comments because I was disgusted by it as if I wasn't even in the room when I heard it. When I heard it, I was like, wait a minute. Damn, I was there? And again, I'm just trying to be a journalist. I'm saying, you know what? We just won an award. I want people to know that we won the award because we deserve it. So I'm sitting there thinking about it. I heard Steven Jackson say something about me, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going back at Steven Jackson. I'm not going to make a rebuttal. I'm going to tell that brother you're right because I should have checked him. I should have, and I eventually did. But by the time I checked him, I was already inebriated. So you're not hearing the sincerity in my voice. But even if you go look at it, you can see that N.O.R.E is very serious. It's just that N.O.R.E is also drunk at the same time. Yeah. And it's called Drink Champs. It's not called Politics Champs.
What are you going to do to move forward? To move forward, N.O.R.E, are there other interviews that you plan to do to kind of combat this? What do you plan to do? Because I see you reaching out on Twitter to people that you feel like need to come up. Sean King, you know, Dr.
King. I want Sean King to come up. I want Dr. Umar. I want Talib Kweli. I want David Banner. I want Killer Mike. Because
oh my God,
they all know where my heart is. They all know that I'm on Black.
He's like,
Twitter.
I want Farrakhan.
You know, and Tool Freedom.
Bro, what the fuck?
They all know
okay. To be fair, Dr. Umar would be some fire content. Okay, I'm sorry. I know that is like that's my content brain speaking, but I do think that Dr. Umar on Drink Champs would be fucking awesome.
You know what I'm saying? The fact is, I did fail. I don't
want to see Drink Champs go down that path. I like Drink Champs being the happy podcast that it is. And what you tried to do was give hip hop culture a voice. But the reality is, he don't need that right now. That's not what we should be giving a voice to right now. That we shouldn't have had Kanye on the platform to begin with. Not at a time like this with the rhetoric that he's spewing. Nah.
Well, yeah, I agree. I agree. I really did try. I try to give him a voice. I try to give him a platform. I try to do that. But, you know, I realize my political stance may not be correct. You know what I'm saying?
I agree,
you say it wasn't the right place. What about, did Puff reach out to you?
You know, I'll tell you this. At first, I was disappointed in Brother Love. Because Brother Love called me and said, well, he dissed me. And I was just like, wait a minute. You know, this is so much bigger than you. And then he called me back and he said, you know what? Let's support free speech and support free thinking. Let's support it. And
it's not free thinking, though. That's the other thing we got to stop saying. It's not free thinking when all you're doing is repeating white supremacist talking points. You're repeating black Israelite talking points. Like, Kanye West is not a free thinker. We got to stop saying that. There's nothing free about his thoughts at all.
What's crazy about it is...
Dude, I cannot... Charlemagne is spitting, okay? I mean, he's 100% correct, which is wild to think. This is a man who supported Pete Buttigieg in the Democratic primaries, okay? When you got a dude who unconditionally offers support to Pete Buttigieg in the Democratic Party primaries, turning around and being the smart one in the room, like, something has been fucked up. Okay, when Charlemagne the God is the voice of reason, you're lost in the sauce.
What's crazy about it is I don't even think he believes that. You know what I'm saying?
That's my point. He's saying everything he's heard other people already say. That's not free thinking.
Like I think he supports the wow factor. Like the fact that he can have a Confederate flag on. People go wow, and you have a MAGA hat on. People go wow. But then you ask him, do do you promote this Confederacy? Do you promote the Trump campaign? And then you ask him, and he won't even give you something about the Trump campaign. He won't even tell you.
What? Yes, he did. He openly stated he supports Donald Trump. There's a fucking statement about him literally saying, Donald Trump, I support him. He had everything lined up. He had America's best interests at heart. But the Jews in the media try to do everything to take him down. That is literally, quite literally, not only offering support for Donald Trump, but then turning around and being anti-Semitic for no fucking reason on top of it. Okay? That's crazy. That's from his podcast. He said that. He said the Chinese conspiracy, the Jewish conspiracy to like take Trump down.
It's because I think that it's the wow factor. And I think that's the reason why we've been supporting him for so long, whether it's been the sneakers, whether it's been whatever. Don't get it wrong. I love Kanye West. I love Kanye. Kanye has done things for me. You know, he's really a great person. The ideology about, black people and Jewish people is not correct. The sentiments that he said about George Floyd is not correct, and I do not stand with him when it comes to that.
Gotcha.
But I just don't want to give up on him. I wouldn't give up on you, Envy. Envy, you told me you voted for $1 million worth of game on BET Awards. I don't want to give up on Envy. I know Envy is lost right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that. I know that he might be taking, Serve on the low. I'm not sure. But I can't give up on Envy. That's my brother.
But you can tell your brother when he's wrong, though.
Absolutely.
I definitely told him he was wrong, and I definitely told Envy that when you use clips of Boosie and you don't shout out drink fans, it hurts us.
Listen,
okay, this is this conversation is getting derailed. All right, that's enough on that. That's enough on the Kanye stuff. We got Herschel Walker to cover, and we got plenty more to talk